What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Dougie D, fresh in the flesh. Well, not really in the flesh, it's just my voice, but you get the point. Anyways, you saw the title. We are here to talk about chapter 1085 of One Piece. It is crazy that we have made it this far. We are at 1085 chapters. We're almost at 1100 chapters. Like, bro, this man Oda, he's too good to us, man. This Egghead arc, he has just been dropping heat after heat after heat. So let's get into the heat of this chapter. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, make sure to comment. I want to see what you guys think about this chapter and what I have to say in this video. And you might as well subscribe if you don't want to end up like Cobra. I don't make the rules. It's not a threat. I'm just saying, subscribe or you might end up like Cobra. But anyways, man, I love these kind of One Piece chapters because we're just getting straight information. And I crave a lot of things from One Piece, but I think a lot of us crave information because we want to know more, especially when it comes to the ancient kingdom, just the things we don't understand. We always want to know more, but with more answers always comes more questions. But we've come to expect this from Oda at this point, but it doesn't make it any easier. Now, let's get into this exciting chapter. So we find out that Emu refers to themselves in the third person when they speak. They refer to themselves as Mu, which is I wouldn't say very interesting, but it's a little interesting because they seem to be so above the world, and that someone that's in this high of a position talks about themselves with the third person. I don't know. I feel like it just makes sense somehow if you catch my drift, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. But Cobra recognizes the name Emu as being part of the original 20 celestial dragons. And Emu speaks in a very dignified, fancy way. So I'm just going to translate into simpler terms because I'm not doing all that. So Emu just pretty much says, yeah, I hear you, but I'm not about to acknowledge that shit. So I'll answer your other questions, but we're just going to move past that. So Emu says that the D clan are the ancient ops, which we already knew, but it's just nice to get some acknowledgement from Emu, the current head of the world. And that in recent times, the sign of the ops, which is the D initial, has popped up more, but it doesn't really matter because they don't even know what it means. So they're not really going to do anything about it. And Emu credits Queen Lily or Lily. I'll probably call her Lily because VV, just flows better. But he credits Lily and the scholars of Ohara for most of the issues that they have today, because if it wasn't for Lily, the poneglyphs wouldn't have been scattered across the world and pirates wouldn't be seeking them out in search for the One Piece. Now, Emu questions if the release of the poneglyphs was an accident or a part of a bigger plan, which makes me think of the 20-year plan of Wano. So I don't think by any measure that this was an accident. It was definitely planned out. Now, we get a really big reveal. Emu says, "Hey Cobra, go ahead and let us know Lily's full name that was on that letter." Now at this point, Cobra knew it was a wrap. Like the Gorosei were already pulling out the sticks, and he thought to himself like, yeah, bro, I'm not making it out of here alive. Which, Cobra, you should have known that going into this. Like, you were asking too many hot questions. There was no way you were ever gonna leave here alive. So we find out that the Nefeltaris are part of the D clan, which is probably something that's been theorized about, but personally, I've never heard about it. So that was a big, interesting reveal to me, and we'll talk about that some more later on. But it was just something I'd never considered. It's hard to say it makes sense because we still don't know the full scope of the D clan and all that. But it kind of, like, when you find out that Vivi's a D, you're like, okay, I can see that. But we'll just move on for now. The little sequence that comes up could be used for a power scaling argument, but I'm not gonna get into that today. Like, we don't. Let's just talk about Imu's ability to seemingly have like shadow like darkness, shadow construct manipulation abilities. Like, Imu shoots a black arrow out of their body to stab Sabo and Cobra, and they also summon these like familiars, like spirits. One looks like a bird, the other one looks like a rhino, another one looks like a cow, or not a cow, a bull. And there's like 2 other ones, but I don't really know what they look like. And it's hard to say if they're just shadow or if Oda just doesn't want to show what they look like. We can't ask him, so we'll just have to see. But it is very interesting to see that Imu actually does have some like fighting capability. I know a lot of people already assume that, but I personally was more of a fan of the idea that the Gorosei would fight if they needed to, and that Imu was just the figurehead of the world and they just had the big old laser to destroy islands. But I'm cool with this too. I'm curious to see where it goes, if Imu will get any matchups in the future. But anyways, there could be something that I'm missing, not really thinking about, but I'm not sure on how Cobra knows that Sabo is Luffy's brother. Again, this could just be common knowledge or something that only certain people are privy to. I just might have missed something. So in Cobra's last moments, he tells Sabo to tell Luffy and Vivi that they share the name D, and then we go into a very small flashback of Luffy, Sabo, and Ace when they were kids. Love seeing them all together. And Sabo questions why Luffy and Ace have the D in their name, and obviously neither one of them know. So Luffy just teasing him. He's like, "Hey Sabo, you could put the D in your name and then you'd be Sadbo." It's just a cute little moment, and it makes me wish we could see the brothers like all grown up today, but unfortunately we will not get that. So we see a panel of Cobra saying that something needs to be protected, but the text is blocked off, so we can't exactly see. It's probably just VV or Alabasta, or it could be something else. It could be a whole nother mystery, but regardless, we don't know what it is right now. And another thing he said that caught my attention is fly the flag that heralds the eventual dawn. Now, what flag is that? I don't know. Again, it could be something I'm just forgetting. I'd like to think I have pretty good One Piece knowledge off the top of my head, so it doesn't ring any bells, and I'm interested to find out what that means and what that flag is. And the rest of the chapter, to me personally, isn't nearly as interesting, so I'll just rush through everything real quick. We see Wapol. He saw everything unfold. He's running through the place, eating things up. Vivi's tied up by CP0. She frees herself by using Wapol, and they make their escape. And apparently Fujitora did something to help the Revs free the slaves, which, you know, for the agenda piece people, it could explain why Fujitora had those bandages. He wasn't getting beat up by Morley and Lindbergh. It was Green Bull that did that to him. So, hey, if it helped you guys sleep easier at night and you want to use that argument on Twitter, be my guest. Go ahead, man. Y'all eating good right now. But, man, Fujitora, such a good guy. Like, at this point, obviously it's easier to keep him as an admiral, but I don't even know why he's an admiral. Like, just join the Revs, bro. Like, get out of here. And you know, I won't say I fuck with Green Bull, but I kind of like Green Bull, but I don't know, his ideals and all that, I don't mess with him, and I can't get fully behind it, but I do like his powers and his attitude to a certain extent, so I can't lie about that. But anyways, there was so much stuff in this chapter, man. Egghead has been a whirlwind of just craziness. I think once we see Dragon and Ivankov's reaction to this information, we will go back to Egghead, which I'm excited for. I want to know what the Egghead incident is. I want to know what's going on with everything. I want to see Kid and Law again. What's going on at Full of Lead? How is everything going to play out? Like, there's so many ways everything could go, man. And it is a great time to be a One Piece fan. So again, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, make sure to comment. And again, I'm not saying it'll happen, but you might want to subscribe so you don't end up like Cobra. And you know, come back, turn on the post notification bell. I don't just talk about One Piece, but I've kept you here long enough, so I'm gonna let you go. It has been your boy Dougie D Fresh. Thank you for letting me bring this good One Piece information to your ears, and I'm out. Peace.